What's good, everybody? Thank you guys so much for clicking on the video. I really appreciate the love and support. I'm sorry it's late. I just been busy, but we are here today to talk about Married to Medicine, season 11 and episode 13. Okay. Um, it was an okay episode. It kind of was a filler episode. Okay. The episode started off with a montage. We got Simone. Simone has been an OBGYN so long that she is now starting to see patients that she helped deliver. I think that's awesome because she would know the medical history of the family. So like high blood pressure and stuff like that, she would know. So I think that that's good. We also got Scott and Contessa. Okay, now Scott is with his children, and Scott said he was on break at work, and he checked his Instagram, and a person who is now 20 hit him up on Instagram and tagged him in a photo, and it was actually the first baby that he delivered. I think that's awesome as well. So Scott has been doing this for 20 years. That is crazy. Okay. He was showing his kids. I haven't been watching Married to Medicine. Again, I took a couple of seasons off. When I don't remember Contessa, two youngest kids have gotten real big. There's nothing wrong with it. I'm just surprised because Contessa and Scott seem so image focused. Scott is getting Botox in his face. Contessa is like pencil thin. Look like she manages and watches what she eats. I'm just surprised. I do think that we need to pay more attention to what the kids got going on. Maybe put a lock on the refrigerator at night. I don't know. I'm wondering what it's like at their home because Contessa and Scott seem to work a lot and they seem to work together. I have a cousin, he's a firefighter, and his wife is a nurse. And the last time we talked, he was telling me that him and his wife, they have their schedule set to where when he's working, she's at home, and when she's at home, they work. So they make so much money where they don't have to go in and work, 7 days a week. They have it to where they can, basically work, and one parent always home with the kids and watching the kids. Their kids are not babies though. They're under 10, but they're not babies. But I think that would be ideal that you always have a parent that's always home so we can manage and see what the kids are going through because a lot of stuff get missed. We got Toya and Eugene. Toya and Eugene are celebrating 16 years of marriage. Okay. Eugene said that he has not reached out to Gregory since Key West. He said that he was kind of upset at the way Gregory left Key West. Toya says that she feels like that all of them should have reached out to Dr. G and T and make sure they was okay. I understand what Toya is saying because despite what people may think, everybody is not about that life. And some people can be spooked. You just got some people who are not fighters. You just got some people. I just think it's crazy to act like everybody is just about that rah-rah, and we know that's not true. We know that's not true. A lot of people can talk a good game like Heavenly, but Heavenly has said herself that she's not a fighter. She's never been into a fight before. Okay. For their 16th anniversary party, they're going to do a Victorian era party. So basically, it's going to be something like Bridgerton. Okay. Toya says that she wants to invite everyone. She said that she's not going to tell the ladies right off the top. She's going to have a dance rehearsal, and she will give them the invitations at the rehearsal. Okay. We got Heavenly meeting up with Quad. Heavenly asks Quad, was she traumatized from the couples trip? And Quad says that that couples trip was a whole entire monkey fool. I love Quad. Quad is so funny to me. I like her accent. I like her wit. Quad reminds me of one of my cousins. I actually like Quad. I think that she's funny. Quad says that they see how far left things can go and that she's not putting her man in a compromising position. But Quad, I want you to realize, Quad, this is what the ladies wanted. This is what Heavenly wanted. This is what she wanted. This is what the girls wanted. And I don't think that they realized they probably didn't want. I'm not going to say that they wanted to put your king in a compromising position, but they definitely wanted to put you in a compromising position and Dr. G in a compromising position.
Yup.
Heavenly says that Quad King, Sweet Tea, and Dr. G can't occupy the same space. And I just don't think that that's true. I think that these group of women pride themselves on being doctors and boss bitches. But the truth of the matter is that they are so immature that they can't handle ex-spouses being in a friend group.
Let me take that in for a second. Listen.
As we've seen on this show, the problem was not T and Quad not getting along or beefing. That's not what we saw. It was the immaturity of the ladies that ignited tension between Sweet Tea and Quad. Therefore, G and King got into it. You know, I wish Quad would check the ladies and heavily on that, because I really do think that the issues that we're having on this show between these two couples is the girls instigating stuff. I do. But I mean, again, Quad probably not saying anything because it give her a storyline or it give her relevance. Because I heard Heavenly tell her before, and I'm gonna keep on saying it. Heavenly basically told her, "Girl, if Sweet Tea wasn't around, you would be gone because you wouldn't have no storyline." And Heavenly is saying it like she is the one who's writing the check. Okay, Quad wants to have a girls check in, and she's inviting everybody except for Sweet Tea and Phaedra. They will not be invited. Okay. So now we're at Toya's rehearsal. Everyone shows up except for Sweet Tea, Greg, King, Quad, and Phaedra. Now we got Anila and her husband now. You know, I only watched one season with Anila. I don't really know her husband's name, and I don't know her kid's name neither. Okay. Now, this is why I don't never want people to speak for me. Okay. Contessa is messy and a flip-flopper, and this you gotta watch her. Okay. They're speaking about Quad, King, G, and Sweet Tea not being there. And Contessa says that there is a possibility of a restraining order for attempted assault. Okay. Now, Simone said it's a bitch move. Steve said that's not street code 101. But the thing is, we're not in the street.
Like what?
That's the reason why.
We're not in the street. Dr. Greg is a doctor, and I don't see anything wrong with him filing a restraining order. You know, I need to have a complaint in black and white, because I'm not about to be walking around looking over my shoulder, seeing if this man is going to attack me or having me afraid. Because if I have to neutralize the threat and defend myself, it needs to be documented in black and white so I can get off.
Let me tell you something. If she pop off, do not grab me. Do not grab me. I'm through.
That I had to put this mad dog down. I don't see nothing wrong with Dr. Greg filing a restraining order. And the thing is, a lot of y'all don't like Dr. Greg. A lot of y'all don't like Dr. G. So take Dr. G out of it. You know, everybody is not about that life or trying to fight all the time. And that man got stuff to lose instead of trying to fight on camera. And that's just how I see it. Okay. They asked, everybody is laughing about it. And Toya said, is he mad? Is it because he's mad at Quad?
See, this is the type of I be talking about. This is what I be talking about.
And this is what I'm saying, the immaturity in the group. Why does every move that Greg and Sweet Tea make gotta be with Quad or have something to do with Quad? It has something to do with that man trying to attack me. That's what it has something to do with. Okay? Contessa says that, you know, from Greg's viewpoint, she said that Greg feels like that he was minding his business and King act like he was going to attack him and beat him up.
See, that's a dirty ass bitch right there.
Now, my thing is, did Greg say that King was going to attack him, or did he say that he felt that King was going to beat him up? Because those are two totally different things. I think that he probably said that the man act like that he was going to attack him.
Miss Pages, you need to come up in here and get this rock wilder.
But I don't believe, and I believe Bravo would have showed us if Greg is running around saying that King was going to beat him up.
I don't like this at all.
He told Sweet Tea that they was going to be fighting to the death. I don't believe that he said that he was going to get beat up. I believe that Contessa put that's what Contessa put on it. Contessa wants to be on the in crowd. Contessa wants to be over there with Heavenly them. She do. And she doesn't really want to be around Sweet Tea them. She wants to be on the in crowd with the girls. Okay? Heavenly said that she can understand why King wanted to fight G for telling Quad to shut the fuck up. He didn't tell Quad to shut the fuck up. He said, you have a big fucking mouth. You know, it's not the same thing. But I can it's not the same thing, but I'm a person who, if you're going to say what I said, it needs to be exactly what I said.
I said what I said.
Because shut the fuck up sound a little harsher than you got a big fucking mouth. Especially when I'm saying you got a big fucking mouth because you speaking on me. Okay? Contessa says that it's crazy that Heavenly can see why King would want to fight her for telling Quad to shut up or talking about his spouse, but she can't understand why Contessa wanted to fight her for speaking ill of Scott. That's basically what she said. But and I'm not really here for Heavenly like that. But one thing I will give Heavenly in this scenario, Contessa ran down on her. I will consider what Contessa did to Heavenly as charging at her. The difference is though for Heavenly, and the thing is, Heavenly still filming. Heavenly didn't file a police report. Heavenly is still showing up to work. That's not what Dr. G did. Heavenly had that option, so I feel like Heavenly can speak on that. But another thing with Heavenly is Heavenly probably doesn't think that Contessa would hit her. She probably didn't really think that she would be harmed or that the girl would really hit her. She probably think that they just, Heavenly think that she's just playing around and they just doing TV. But Heavenly didn't want to find out that she was going to hit her either. That's why she called security.
I do. Fuck you. Come on.
We got Sweet Tea, me, and Toya meet up for lunch. Sweet Tea gets her invitation to Toya's anniversary party. And Toya tells her, I hate to choose, but I just feel like everybody won't be there. Okay. Then Toya asks her, is Gregory filing a police report? Was he in his angry space? And Sweet Tea said, it's up to Gregory. Gregory is the one that was charged. So Toya says, what did the police officer say? And Sweet Tea said, that's my business.
Exactly.
Why would I tell y'all what my husband is doing so y'all can go running back and tell Quad and King and they can be alerted on what we're doing? Or better yet, why would I tell y'all what's going on so y'all can misinterpret my words and spread lies to the group? Sweet Tea says that Greg feels like the King meant malicious intent when he took his shirt off and charged at him. Toya says that everyone reaches a breaking point. Why doesn't King get the same grace as everyone else? And she said, I'm not saying that he doesn't, but that's up to Greg. I don't understand why it's so hard for everybody to understand.
Keep his ass away.
Like Phaedra said, some people can be played with. I can't. If he ran up on me, I would be on alert. That's just how I feel. I feel like it's up to Greg. He was the one that was charged at. If Heavenly wanted to file a police report, she would be, well within her right. She was the one that Contessa charged at. Square up, hole. I feel like it's on the person who was being charged at. I think it would be different if we had a history of Greg running up on niggas in the group and all of a sudden it's happening to him and he feels the way now. That'll be that'll be something. But I've never seen Greg run up on any other men like that before. Okay. Toya says that there are times that Sweet Tea has lost control. They all have, and they're trying to bring up what Sweet Tea did on the beach. I think Sweet Tea running to defend her husband is not her losing control. I think that what happened with Sweet Tea on the beach, I think that Sweet Tea was having a mental breakdown because everything had just became too much. And those are two totally different things. That is totally different from King trying to fight Dr. G.
Let's be clear about that. Let's really be clear about that.
That's totally different. And this is the gaslight that I'm talking about. She wasn't, when Phaedra grabbed her and started speaking in tongues, she wasn't trying to fight nobody. She was having a breakdown. Now, was she trying to fight after King was trying to fight Dr. G? Yeah, she ran over there. She was charging like she was trying to get into some stuff, but he was trying to fight her husband. That's totally different from a person starting something, trying to fight somebody. And to my knowledge, I haven't seen Sweet Tea do that to anybody on the show. From what I'm seeing, I could be wrong, but I haven't seen her do that to anybody on the show. I think that the women are overstepping. I think that Greg is going to feel the way that he's going to feel. They want Sweet Tea to try to speak to Greg and tell him to stop the charges and stuff like that. But she can suggest something to him, but she can't make him not file charges or take the charges away. I think that they're trying to get Sweet Tea to get Greg to not go through with the police report so they can all film as a group and as a collective. Okay. Toya asked her, would you walk away from this group as friends? Because Toya is saying basically, girl, I'm trying to fight for you to stay in this group. And I do feel like that's genuine from Toya. I do feel like that Toya feels like, there's the girls on the show. I feel like that Toya is the married to medicine girl on this show. She's the girl that's not the doctor. And I think that that's why she's taking Sweet Tea under her wing. And I really do feel like that Toya would have, if Sweet Tea wanted it, that Toya would have fought for Sweet Tea to stay within this group. I haven't seen Toya really be as calculated as Heavenly has been. And I think that she would have really fought for Sweet Tea to be in the group. And Sweet Tea is basically saying, it's up to Greg. It's basically up to Greg. Toya says that she doesn't know many women to silence themselves to let their man speak for them. But again, Greg was the one that was charged at. So he's the one who has to feel comfortable. Sweet Tea doesn't seem to have a problem to me. And I also feel like another thing with Sweet Tea, I wish that Sweet Tea would have just said that. But something about me to Sweet Tea, I feel like she almost wants people to beg her for stuff. I don't know. She just seems like a person who always wants people to beg her. Okay. Next we got Dr. G, Scott, and Greg. They all meet up. Dr. G is saying that, nobody reached out to him. Eugene tells him, I said Dr. G, Scott, and Greg. I meant Eugene. Eugene said that he was trying to give him some space. They tell him, I heard that you filed a police report. He said, why wouldn't I? He said, he charged at me like a maniac, and the only way to defend myself is by pressing charges for simple battery. And so they're asking Dr. G, did King touch him? And he said no. But he didn't really have to touch him, in my opinion. Y'all take Dr. G out of it and just put somebody else in there. He didn't really have to touch him. What he did was enough. He almost did. He acted like he wanted to. And to some people, that can be enough. That was enough to, what King did was enough for him to be put down with the right person. And that's just the truth. They're saying that he could get 90 days in jail, a fine, and probation, and they said it's something serious. What I like about Eugene is sometimes he could be a little level-headed and sees all situations. He said, I'm not downplaying anything. I'm just not a cop caller. But it seems to him that both men were protecting their spouses. And so, he asked, what is the solution? The solution should be to let these two couples be in the group without the group instigating conflict between them. That is really what I think happened. It's okay to have a couples night, and it's okay to ask questions and have questions and stuff. And Sweet Tea and Quad can have a little banter back and forth and little shade thrown here and there, just like all of the other women do in the group. But we don't always have to have this instigating and making it awkward. You know what I'm saying? Or the group it being awkward and everybody being so immature that they just have to call everything out. Because if we're going to dissect everything that's going on with King and Quad, it would be messy of someone when we're asking these questions to bring up what happened between Simone and Cecil when he went and took that $25,000 out, or with Curtis over here in Hilton Head. If we're gonna bring up every little thing that happened, I just feel like it's a lot of immaturity in the group. He ended up playing a song called Set Me Free. Okay, this song was horrible. Okay, it made Dr. G look lame. It made Dr. G look lame. Okay, he was howling and everything. And Dr. G, you were free. Y'all didn't have to come back to the show. Now, I do think that last year, you and Sweet Tea was under the impression that Quad was going to be there halfway through the season and they was going to give her the boot. Okay? And they pretty much did that until the fans spoke. But once y'all found out that she was going to be on the show, y'all still had the option of not coming back this year. Y'all have an option each year on whether y'all want to come back or not. If you wanted to be free and you seen that Quad was going to be here, you could have left. But you stayed. And when you stayed, you know that this group is not mature enough. This is reality TV. The group is not mature enough to handle both of y'all in the group. So you were free. You were free. I will give you that you didn't think that Quad was going to be around last year or be around that long. I will give you that. But once you knew that she was coming back, you and Sweet Tea did not have to come back to the show. Now we at Quad House. Quad is having the girls check in at her house. Okay. Basically, You know, Toya tells her, Quad, we choose you.
Girl, don't you know you just sloppy seconds?
Quad was sloppy seconds, and it was just simple as that. Sweet Tea didn't put up a fight to be in the group, so Quad was chosen by default. Okay? Now, they said that, you know, Gregory is taking it too far. King is a man's man, that he apologized and said it went too far. But King did not apologize to Dr. G. How was Dr. G supposed to know? And they ended up showing a clip of King saying that, you know, speaking highly of Dr. G, saying that he has feelings and that he needs to be protected as well. I think that I don't like that Bravo keep a lot of bullshit going, because I do think that it would have been nice for us to see that, and it would have been nice for some of the people on the show, some of the cast, to tell Dr. G what King said. I think that King realized that he was being played. Him, Quad, Sweetie, and Greg was all being played against each other by Heavenly and the rest of the cast, and realized it wasn't cool, which is why everybody is backtracking and saying how reprehensible everything is and bringing exes and stuff into the group. All four of these people are real people with real feelings and have real emotions, and people can get hurt. And it's not worth it for the ratings to me. It's just not worth it. You know what I'm saying? But again, this is what Heavenly and the girls wanted to happen. This is what they wanted for the ratings. That's what they wanted. That's how much Heavenly wanted to be those it girls. Okay? In the last scene of the episode, we got Jackie and Phaedra. Jackie comes over to Phaedra's house. If I was Phaedra, I would have hosted Jackie in the parking lot. I would not have let Jackie in my house. I don't trust Jackie. I feel like she got some devil in her, but she came over there with Curtis. I would have been real nasty. I would have played a mean girl like they like to play. I would have told Jackie, you can't come into my house. Curtis can come in. You know, and it doesn't matter if I don't want your man, girl, but you don't really care what happens to him anyway, because he cheated on you and you still took him back. So he could come in, you could stay outside. You know, I don't want you in my house. Okay. Jackie came by because she realized that Phaedra was there for her. That we never seen really Jackie kind of begging about it. But Jackie coming back over here to Phaedra, she is begging Phaedra to come around because she realized that Phaedra did stand up for her. She considered her saying that she didn't know Apollo. Phaedra should have told her, I don't know about the Black motherhood mortality, and I didn't agree with your statements, but I stood beside you with the Med Gala to help you clean up your statements, because that's what friends do. I had my 2 kids. And thank God you wasn't my doctor, because I'm afraid that y'all would have been donating the money to a cure for Phaedra, because you don't believe Black women pain no way.
Oh, Jesus.
Phaedra said that when she's crossed, that she's never able to get over it, and I'm never able to get over it either. I'll never be able to get over it. I wouldn't trust you no more. You would be a fool to. She said the Heavenly is like to see messy situations, and that's true, and she is messy. Jackie says that Phaedra is not taking accountability. What is it for me to take accountability for? Okay, we're having a cast trip, okay, a couples trip. Heavenly already was bringing Damon. Yeah, she told me I was going to bring Apollo, but does that mean that I'm not allowed to bring? I wouldn't give a damn if it was Apollo brother. I'm allowed to bring whoever I want to on the trip. I don't understand what she should take accountability for. I wouldn't give a damn if it was Apollo's daddy. I'm allowed to bring who I want to bring on the trip. Heavenly invited Apollo. Yeah, I knew that he was coming, but that's not going to stop me from bringing who I want to on the trip. What did she invite him for? She wanted to see a messy situation. She already had Damon. What does she need to invite Apollo for? And Phaedra basically tells Jackie, look, girl, I don't want to be around y'all. Okay? I don't think it had nothing to do with her going back to Real Housewives of Atlanta. You know, I just think that that's lazy thinking. And the thing is, Simone was on Watch What Happens Live. That was the end of the episode. Simone was on Watch What Happens Live. And these girls, I'm telling you, these girls on Married to Medicine, they think that they're superior. So now they was upset that Phaedra had said, you know, bitches like y'all, these type of bitches, whatever it was, bitches, okay? Phaedra, they was upset that Phaedra said that, and she stood on it, double down, triple down on it, okay? Now she's not even saying bitches no more. She's just saying mean girls. And they mad at that. Simone, y'all are some mean girls. And for her to say, you know, Phaedra left us and went over there to another mean girl, which is Portia, because didn't Portia grab somebody? Didn't she grab Kenya on the couch? Andy, you was there.
Wait a minute now.
If we're going to really get down to fighting on the show and fighting, making somebody mean, y'all had a fight on Married to Medicine the first season on the show. The first time we saw somebody assault someone on camera on Real Housewives of Atlanta was season 5. But y'all been fighting over there since day one. And if we being honest, the fight with with Mariah and Toya is what put y'all on the map. That's what put y'all on the map. At least for me and my household, me and my friends and stuff, we didn't even start watching Married to Medicine until the fight happened. We didn't even know their names. We just seen that they was fighting. And Simone saying bitches fighting in ball gowns. Okay? But y'all, that was the episode. I'm really waiting for this to be over. I just want to see the reunion. I want to see the Phaedra show up to the reunion tonight. And I also need to say this about the girls on Married to Medicine and the fans. Yes, Phaedra has a past, but the argument of Phaedra being a mean girl because she did these things to Candy and said these things about Candy in defense of the Married to Medicine girls falls short to me, because all of these girls knew what Phaedra did and they didn't care. They welcomed Phaedra with open arms in hopes that she would bring viewers to their show. That's what happened. They didn't care what she did. They even risked it being done to them. Okay, they didn't believe in what they had on the show themselves, even though I always felt like that Phaedra wasn't needed over here on Married to Medicine. But she's here now. So I think, for Quad to be on her press run and Heavenly, all of them keep talking about, well, look what she did to Candy, look what she did to Candy. But that didn't stop y'all from bringing her to Married to Medicine. That didn't stop y'all before. But y'all, thank y'all so much for clicking on the video, y'all. I appreciate the love and support, and I will see y'all later. Adios.
Call Daddy, tell him 25 got it. Call Daddy, tell him 25 got it. Call Daddy, tell him 25 got it.